Hello again, gang. Welcome back to the channel. Jayhuahua here, and it's another Football Manager 2023 experiment. And today, it's a silly one. Let me tell you about it. We've got the perfect player, Marcus Rashford. He's joining PSG in 23 years. He's playing for Chester. He's a striker. Now, I know what you're thinking. Perfect player. This isn't new. £1,000 a week he's on. However, he has a yearly wage rise of 100%. A promotion wage rise of 100%, and a top division promotion wage rise of 100%. For some reason, the game's put in this relegation wage drop of 25%. I can't go in and edit it because it will cancel his future transfer. He's on £1,000 a week at Chester, which is 9.8% of their overall wage bill. And I think you can say he's worth it. He's going to carry them up the leagues, but also with those wage rises, he's going to put them in financial peril. Shout out to Matt, who suggested this in one form or another so long ago. I think this was like, I want to say end of December, start of January, back when the channel was a mere baby, less than 200 subscribers or so. Make it sound like it's a Goliath channel now, but it got like 1,500. But anyway, that's how long ago this was suggested. So do leave your comments down below of suggestions. I do look at them, I do read them, I do respond to them, I add them to my list, and I do try and bring them to life in the most entertaining and informative way that I can. I'm doing this today because I'm actually really interested in what's going to happen. How can Chester cope with the best player in the world, but in financial peril? How will the game cope with Marcus's wages? Because at some point, he is going to be game breaking, right? I don't know. Anyway, we're going to keep jumping through at regular intervals. The first few years, I think we're going to jump through very quickly, and then we're going to go through much slower towards the back end of his career to see how Chester are faring in the leagues, how they're doing financially. Are they selling lots of players? Like, I'm very interested to see what's going to happen. So, without further ado, I'm going to jump through 3 years to begin with. Unheard of. Usually it's just the one. No, we're going to go through 3 years to begin with, where I think Chester are going to have jumped from the Vanarama National League North, Vanarama National, League 2. I think they're going to be in League 1. Let's see. So here he is. 120 goals in 150 appearances for... Didn't freeze his attributes. Didn't freeze his attributes. Tit. Now the question is do I go back and re-sim, or do we power through? Do you know what? I do not deserve to fix this mistake. You deserve to see this idiocy. This is staying in the video. The video is as it is. I fucked up. Deal with it. So he's now not the perfect player. He's got 200 out of 200. Recommended current ability 197. Saw that out. Still only a striker. He's on £12,000 a week. And he got 38 in 41 in the Vanarama National North. In the Vanarama National, he scored 34. And in League 2, he scored 33. He is averaging a 7.55 overall. Anyway, Chester, back-to-back-to-back promotions. In terms of the finances then, the balance is 1.24 million. The wage budget is £43,000. And if we go and look at old Marcus, he's 40.6% of the club's entire wages. The promotion wage rise has gone. The game's removed the promotional wage rise from his contract. Why has it done that? Is it only valid for one promotion? If so, that's annoying. I mean, look at this. He's on 12 grand a week and he's getting a £300 appearance fee. Unused substitute of 200 quid. Well, hopefully then if the relegation wage drop comes into effect, that'll just be a singular relegation wage drop as well. I don't know. Okay, so Chester have gone up a couple of divisions. They're not in financial peril yet. 40% of their wages are taken up by old Marcus Rashford. In terms of transfers, there's nothing to speak of. It's negligible money. He's got a home reputation of 10,000. Oh, he's got 6 goals in 5 caps for England. I hadn't noticed that. So in League 2, Gareth, still in charge, has capped Matey Boy. But have Rashford and Rashford up front together. His hidden attributes will remain the same. So I'm going to jump through 5 more years now because I really want to start progressing him through the leagues and seeing how this wage can really rock it. And it's going to be more seasonal or much shorter distances the further we get on, as I mentioned earlier. But before we do jump through those 5 years, if you are new around here, or if you're back and you've not subscribed yet, please do subscribe. Helps the channel grow, helps me out a lot. Drop a like on the video as well if you like this kind of content. I've liked this video specifically, or just want to show me some support. Yeah, drop a like on the video. It really helps me out. Really goes a long way. And as I said earlier, leave your comments down below of any ideas that you might have, because yeah, I love to hear them. I will get back to you, and yeah, if I think it's a good idea, I'll factor it in. Got some great ones coming from suggestions from you lot, so thank you very much. Pat yourselves on the back, and yeah, subscribe. Still 200 out of 200. He's got 305 in 394. If in Sky Bet League 2, he's on £325,000 a week, which is 214.3% of the club's total wage bill. There we go then. The 25% relegation decrease has come into effect, and it's out the door. He's 26 years old. He's here for another 15 years, and he's getting 100% wage rise every year. Oh, Chester, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. They've got $500,000 in the bank. That's good for 1 week of Marcus, isn't it? 700,000 lost this season. Current profit / loss for the season. I bet this season's only about 2 weeks old. The wage budget, £70,000. I bet they failed financial fair play, haven't they? The club failed Sky Bet League 1 financial fair play regulations. Lee Lockheed has won loads of terms as chairperson, and he stepped down. The club wasn't even professional until 2024. Marcus, and in the big books over here, relegated in 2029, so they've only just gone back down. Let's have a look then at the domestic leagues. So yeah, they went up in League 2, and then they finished 13th, 7th, just outside the playoffs, and then 12th. Then they came down, finishing 23rd, and then they just finished 19th, only narrowly avoiding relegation back to the Vanarama National League. So, again, in terms of sales, not that many. They're not really selling loads of players to try and fund Marcus's wages. They're actually spending more than they're getting back in terms of transfer fees. This is the biggest disparity, £113,000. I mean, I'll be honest with you, they've got some players with halfway decent potential here, 125s. That's pretty good for League 2. Not going to get there, though, are they? Pharrell Willis. I thought I said Pharrell Williams then. And then only one other player is over £1,000 a week. You got to say, Marcus is probably alienating the dressing room at this point. Unless he's literally paying for everyone's life. Here you go. I will pay you to be my friend, everyone. I might add myself as a manager and just see the dynamic hierarchy. The club atmosphere is good. Alistair Smith wants to leave. Dion Woodford and Connor Gilead want new deals to reflect their ability. I mean, I don't think the club can afford it, mate. Marcus Cashford is in others. He's the captain, but he has been alienated by the rest of the team, which I find hilarious because he's literally sending the club into ruin and no one else can get a look in. What are the finances saying? Currently committed spending £344,000 a week. Marcus is getting £325,000 of that. The club needs to reduce the current player wage total by £230,000 per week in order to pass Sky Bet League 2 financial fair play regulations. Well, they're not going to pass financial fair play regulations, are they? Because of Marcus. This is going to be the rest of the experiment now, gang. So I'm going to jump through 5 more years till he's in his early 30s. Any maths wizards out there who can think, what's he going to be doing? His value's diminished because in the Vanarama National League again. Oh dear, 503 goals in 642 appearances. He's on £5.5 million a week in the Vanarama National League. 99.9% of the club's total wage bill. He's on £2.8 million per week after tax. God, the government are loving him, aren't they? Still getting a £300 appearance fee. Oh dear. I mean, at least he's scoring. At least he's doing the business for them. He's absolutely tearing it up everywhere he goes. I mean, in League 2 here, last time we were here, he just had a season of over 10 of everything. This most recent season of Vanarama National, 44 goals, 22 assists, 23 player of the matches. The problem is everyone else is on such low wages. In terms of the domestic leagues thing, so they came 19th. They came 19th again, then he went 24th, dead bottom. And then the Vanarama National League, 8th, 4th, and then 6th. Got through the playoff first round. Lost to Maidstone lost to Maidstone in the semi-final. You got average rating Marcus Rashford 7.74, 44 goals, 122 caps, 60 goals for England. That seems low as a goal scoring return. Loads of caps though for England. He has been an ever-present featuring member of the team. How have they got 5.34k in the bank? They've got a £22 million loss for the season. Their wage budget is 2.62 million a week. Hang on. Has the game broken their finances? Let's get the new manager in. The wage budget is £2.6 million a week, but they're currently spending 5.379. Marcus on 5.5. Oh dear. Financial status in administration. Oh. When we were last here, 2030, so around here, Bo Thomas has taken over a thankless task. Got a second term. The club's gone into administration. The day Bo Thomas wins the second term election. Oh, there was much rejoicing. Administration. Relegated out of the Football League. Out of administration. Bo Thomas gets him out of administration. Wins a third term. And a day later goes back into administration. Oh, Bo Thomas. Oh, the heartbreak, Bo. And Bo Thomas has left. He's been chased out of Chester, or he's left of his own accord. Matthew Reid takes over. Does not get a second. He's left. Graham Sinclair takes over from elections. Below average facilities, average youth recruitment, actionable objectives, work within the wage budget, work towards repairing the club's financial damage. I'm sorry, in a couple more years, it's going to be even worse because of Marcus. How bad can it get? Last season, they made a loss of £286 million. Yeah? How have they got 5k in the bank? Income last season. There's nothing. 1.1 million in merchandising. 271 million in player wages. Probably all to Marcus. He's richest man in the world at this point. Right. He's still at 200 out of 200. He's plenty of caps for England. He is 31. He's here till 2045. I was going to go through year on year, but I don't think he's needed at this point. I think another 5 years and we'll just come back and see what's happening. Now, back in 2040, he's on £235,000 a week. His wages have dropped significantly. He's still world class. Why are his attributes frozen, but they've come down to this? I don't know. I don't know what's happened. I'm absolutely baffled as to what's happened. Right, £235,000 a week. How's it come down to this then? 21st in the Vanarama National League. Well, it's not ticked over then yet, has it? Relegated. So we're back in the Vanarama National League North. Right, competitions then. Oh God, they won the Vanarama National League, got up to League 2, and then they've come down back-to-back relegations. Chester. Balance of minus 800k. I think Marcus's wages have got too outlandish, too far, to the point where he's broken the game. And here we go. Landmarks. Failing financial fair play in League 2. They've increased the stadium to nearly 7,000. Where do they have the money for that? Into administration again. Out of administration. Relegated from the Vanarama National. Again, they've not sold that many players. Okay, well, it's been, do you know what? It's been a shambles, hasn't it? There's been an error with this. I don't know how these attributes have changed, but they are frozen. So I did click froze. So the game has glitched on me. But to be fair, the purpose of this experiment was to try and break the game in some capacity. I didn't know what expected to happen in terms of his wages. I think he's got too far gone that it's just come back. 235k a week. Let's jump through 1 year, see if he is still getting that 100% wage rise. Yeah, 475. And they've won the playoffs! Chester have won the playoffs. They've gone up with Accrington, beating Scunthorpe in the final. Marcus Rashford again, 23 assists, 32 goals. He is a Chester legend at this point. I'm in the way. Let's get to the left-hand side. 804 games, 625 goals, 213 assists, 262 player of the matches. 1.3 million in the hole. Their current wage budget is 681k. Their current wages is 478k. So they're inside their wage structure. Icons. Marcus Rashford is an icon. He's not considered a legend. Maybe that's because he's ruined the club as well. The media did predict them to be first, actually, in this season. Anyway, let's jump through another few years to the end of where he's going to be here and see how he gets on at City. 2045 will be back. Is it City I've got him going to? I can't remember now. So long ago. 22 years ago. PSG. Apologies. Still 200 out of 200. Yeah, of course he is because of whatever, 41 years old. I wonder now, if you have the future transfers, so I've not even got the PlayStation lights on. Oh my God. Disaster, this video. It's been all over the place. Who cares? Drop a like on it. He can play number 10. He can play number 10. He's worth sod all. He's 41 years old. I wonder how long he can keep going for with a future transfer. I'm going to do that. There's the next experiment game. Well, not the next one, but that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do a couple of players with contracts expiring, future moves into their 50s, into their 60s. We'll see what happens. That'll be interesting, won't it? £7.5 million a week then he's on. So he's crept back up. In League 2, he went up and he came straight back down. He's going up from the Vanarama National. And then in the Vanarama National, old as Chester. Yeah, they've gone back up. £2,700 for Marcus Knight. How's he managed to swing that? Marcus is leaving any minute to go to PSG. He's on £7.5 million a week. So, yeah, it's come back round. He's got himself into the club legend status. They've been in administration for 4 years. Minus 48 million there. So they're just getting injected with cash. They are still in administration. They're currently spending, they've got a £6 million a week wage budget. They get 30% of transfer revenue, apparently. They need to reduce the current player wages by 7.5 million per week in order to pass Sky Bet League 2 financial fair play regulations. Well, you will do it because Marcus will be gone in 10 days. So they flirted around. I think did they get to League 1 at all? They did get to League 1, didn't they? They got to League 1 here in the late 2020s, and then since then it's been Vanarama National League 2 and Vanarama National North for just a singular season, to be fair, actually. I'm going to jump through, I mean, look at the cash injection they've been getting every year. I'm going to jump through 1 year to see if he does play on a season at PSG. Or will he become a staff member? Who knows? So he's still here. He's retiring. He's had 1 season at PSG. He's on £220,000 a week, so he's had a huge pay cut. He went for free. God, I should have put some money. That's a bit tight of me, isn't it? Right, his career stats then. 800 career goals in the league, 276 assists, 325 player of the matches, and 1,011 games. Chester did come bottom. Probably didn't fail financial fair play, though. But unfortunately, they have come bottom. And badly. I wish I'd have given them some money. Are they still in administration? Financial status, okay. Wage budget, 1.335 million. Currently spending £36,000. Commit spending £14,000. He did not become a staff member. Marcus Cashford did not become a staff member after he retired. A Chester legend, albeit sending the club into financial ruin. We're another season further on, and they've had back-to-back relegations. Oh, I'm sorry, Chester. Look at this. Oh, look at Guiseley. 1 win. It's Dagenham and Redbridge. 16 points. That's awful, isn't it? Mark van Bommel is in charge of England. We're going to have a quick look and see how England have been getting on. Did Marcus Cashford do the business for them in international tournaments? And they have not won another World Cup, but they've won. So who has won the World Cups then in this experiment? We've had Holland, Italy, Uruguay, Spain, Brazil, Scotland have won a World Cup, and Spain. England have come third twice. Uruguay getting to a final. Spain v Serbia in the most recent final. But Uruguay getting to 2 finals in this experiment. Not seen that often. Fair play to them. However, 2 Euros have been won by England back-to-back, 2028 and 2032, beating France and Italy respectively. Italy losing 2 finals in a row, actually, losing to Portugal the following tournament. Then Spain beat Belgium and Holland have beaten France. The question on everyone's lips, has Ralph Hasenhüttl been the England manager? Gareth Southgate resigned after 11 years. Ruud van Nistelrooy took over. Then Patrick Vieira came in. Zidane, Sean Dyche, Pep Guardiola, Marvin Johnson, Carlos Caberen, Kjetil Knutsen, Eddie Howe, Mikel Arteta, Mark van Bommel. No Ralph. Oh dear. Okay, well, I have actually simmed a bit further on, so I'm going to simulate another couple. I'm just going to do to another save in the future, a few years. Just see how Chester have they recovered from what I've done to them. I feel really guilty now. Chester in the Vanarama National League North. Oh, they've been back up into League 2. Oh, but then they've back-to-back relegations again. Oh, hang on, no, we were last here in 2045. Yeah, no, we'd seen these back-to-back relegations. They've just been in the Vanarama North since My apologies. Footballer of the Year was never won by Marcus Rashford. Playing in the league too low, to be honest. Not going to do the business at all. Erling Haaland won quite a few. Not so many for Kylian Mbappe. Dusan Vlahovic at Real Madrid. Mbappe at Real Madrid over here. West Ham have won 3 Champions Leagues, apparently. Newcastle have won quite a few, haven't they? It's been all England teams. Arsenal have won 3, Liverpool 2, and then Newcastle. So 6 years in a row here. City won one back here. Arsenal, Newcastle all the way up here. West Ham have got 3. Newcastle and Tottenham were there. Tottenham beat Newcastle in the final. West Ham beating Tottenham in the 2 finals in a row. 11 Champions Leagues. Romeo Lavia is in charge. Edouard Coudet retired from management after dominating. Although they're not as dominant in the Premier League, Tottenham and Newcastle have won quite a few. West Ham got one. City won a lot for the 20s. And there we go. That's the experiment. So, yeah, that's it. We've not really learned much. The game can break in terms of finances, but it will never let your club go out of business. You'd probably get sacked if you kept failing the directives, because that was required, wasn't it, when we kept jumping in at Chester? It was like, that was the only thing, work within the wage budget, and you obviously wouldn't be able to at that wages, so it is what it is. Hope you've enjoyed yourself, gang. I've had a very good time making it, even though it has been a bit of a shambles. The game has broken a little bit and glitched out a bit, but hey, what are you going to do? Like the video, subscribe to the channel. Like I say, if you haven't already subscribed and you're still watching, please do. Drop a like on it and let me know in the comments below what you thought of this experiment, any ideas for the future, or however you want to get involved down below. If you want to DM me on Twitter, you can, with experiment ideas. Links in the description. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you soon.